Jay, as I've always said from the beginning, absolutely nothing I say, nothing I may or may not do is reflective of this department for which I work. And that being said, I do hope that to some extent you get enjoyment out of it and entertainment value, and I dare say even more than that, I hope to some extent you might be able to get some kind of an education from what I comment on. That said, Vaughn made several points in his latest video that I had to agree with. Starters, he said, when you lower your cans, your containers, you need to do everything within your power not to slam the can down on the ground or the foundation on which it's laying on. And that does hold a lot of merit, because you make it a habit to consistently slam cans, you're risking breaking the weld on the container, tearing the floor of the container apart to shreds, which makes it basically worthless. So now you got to factor in the other alternative. Depending on what the foundation is that the can is sitting on, you can tear up their concrete foundation, the asphalt. However, I mean, if you're say collecting a can, it's on hard clay or dirt, and you slam the can, you're not liable to really do much damage. That being said though, that still doesn't mean that you need to slam the can every single time. Now if there's part trash in your container that say needs to be shook up a little bit, yeah, you can bang the can on the ground one or two times and get by with it without really doing much damage. But still, you shouldn't make a habit. Secondly, you also got to factor in your tailgate. If there's one thing I really detest, I hate most about Heil, is their faulty tailgate. the main reason I'm saying that is because not only is the tailgate design pretty naively foolish, because it doesn't allow you to really put as much trash as you possibly could on it, but their locking system flat out sucks. 2 times now has my tailgate come unlocked on me. And one thing that Juan, or for those of you that are unfamiliar with his first name, the Thunderstorm, made clear reference to is you gotta pay attention to your sensors, which is extremely true, because every few cans you need to push that tailgate lower and tailgate lock button to ensure that it doesn't pop open on you. Now, as we approach this one can, you probably saw a ton of cardboard. If you followed me enough, you probably realize by now that I have a very big pet peeve of people putting cardboard in my containers. And the main reason for that is when you're picking up solid waste, that is included such as food, household items, pads, tampons, diapers, all that jazz. Cardboard does not have place in a solid waste container. Now, provided that your department and or company, if you don't work for the county or the city, doesn't have in any way, shape, or form recycling, then I guess to an extent I could see cardboard being in a container. But at that point, your department should be smart enough, or your company should be smart enough to use a truck that's capable of packing a load of cardboard. Those trucks belong to the class that I like to call McNeilius, New Way, Davy, or Daddy, whatever it's referred to, Packmore, Amram, you know, bodies like that. Kyle is just not a good body for cardboard. However, don't get me wrong, the truck can pack. I've had as much as 16 tons on this truck before. But that was not including furniture and all of the above. That was simply just your typical trash. So with all that being said, let's talk about my first part of the route. I got done, Next thing I know, I'm at a container and my tailgate decides to come and honk on me. I had to go to the landfill and dump only 8 tons. Angered me. Because technically, to me, I can get a hell of a lot farther on my first load, usually. Now, granted, I have had those moments where that wasn't the case, but that's usually my heavier days. And even then, I'm still packing no less than 11 tons. That kind of gets me with this with these bodies. Are they bad trucks in and of themselves? No, not really. Are they built as well as McNeilus, New Way, Packmore, AmRamp, Lodahl? No. By no stretch of imagination. The reason most people that aren't familiar with McNeilus, New Way, AmRamp, Packmore go with Heil is because of the cost. You can get one of these bodies cheaper than you can get any of the others. Now, with that being said, if Heil would improve their lock system to where it never faulted like it does, I would have good things to say about this truck. But outside of that, it is subpar at best. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a good truck. And when I say truck, I'm not talking about the cab. I'm talking about the refuse body itself. That's just my opinion. Now, Dwan, for those again that don't know his name, the Thunderstorm, and I agree that overall, it's a decent body. it does get the job done, provided that you're vividly aware of every little nitpicking thing about its nuances. And by no means am I saying that any of the other bodies don't have their downfalls at some certain extent, give or take. Dempster used to be a very good company, but they went out of business as far as I know is concerning refuse. Now you can go to Heil and get their signature route key. Granted, it's a mini version of it, but it still packs at 1,000 pounds PSI, which is impressive for something that small. But I really have to say that of all trucks Heil ever made, their best truck, yeah, pack that load. Squill. The best truck Heil ever made was their full pack, full eject body back in, I don't know if you remember this one, back in the, I want to say it was late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, the full eject, full pack Heil was an extraordinary body. Especially the Easy Pack Hercules model, and even the prior Hercules Easy Pack, I believe it was called the Galleon Peabody body. That was a phenomenal truck. And Leach even had a decent body way back in the day. But I don't know, we're so worried about weight and these trucks being so heavy that we're trying to make these trucks so stinking light with material that's not as dare I say, strong, much less stout, I would say, as trucks back then. A lot of the reason they're doing it this way now is for the arms to move faster. Because to an extent, front loaders back in the day were not notorious for exactly when it comes to speed being the fastest. They were more designed for lifting capacity, and lifting heavy dumpsters, or containers, cans, whatever you prefer to call them. That was their big claim to fame right there. And I love them, every one. Especially Packmore. Now that being said though, in all due respect, of all the modern trucks that we have now, I think my favorites, now I'll boil them down to, I'll just say 4 for the time being. Packmore would be my number 1. Possibly Easy Pack. And number 2, McNeilius number
1, testing, 2, testing, 3, testing, 4, testing, 1, testing, 2, testing, 3, testing, 4, testing. 4, testing. What does?
We had
Somebody learn how to count to 4. I graduated from elementary school, right?
you gotta love people playing on the radio. Okay, so as I was saying, McNeilius would probably be the number 3, followed with oh, right, I got another place. Okay, I gotta turn back around anyway. I would say 4 would be the AMRAP Hardox body, 450 Hardox. Now it's not a mystery that I've said this from the beginning. I prefer a full height blade over a low half height, and it's not me being callous towards a half height blade. I believe that it has its merit, but personally, me speaking, I would much rather a full height blade. And the only reason I'm saying that is because while a half height blade may in fact roll the trash maybe a little bit better, and I don't know, maybe to some extent, I'm not going to say just all over that it's 100% fact, but in all my experiences with front loaders, and even the commercial side loader I operated, the full height blade produced a bigger payload for me. And yes, folks, I have operated a half height blade commercial side loader before too, and I can honestly say I got more out of my full height blade. Now, again, each of them have merit within their own capabilities. But irregardless of all that being said, I still would prefer, in all honesty, the full height blade. Because that's what I'm used to, that's what I know, and I work best with one. So with all that being said, now let's turn back to the route. My tailgate popped open on me, so I'm having to do a lot of backtracking. Now, all that aside, when I came out of this light that we're about to approach, I should have turned here at this apartment complex first instead of what I did. However, that being said, it did work out in that I was able to avoid vehicles right beside me. Now, with that being said, I did say I was going to put a video out Monday, possibly, or Tuesday, one of the two. That didn't really pan out for me. Courtesy of Autocar. Occasionally you gotta shut the stupid thing down because, like I told you, when you got an Cummins engine trying to answer to an Allison transmission, answering to a different drivetrain, you're going to have these issues. And that's the reason I have always said that Mack is a superior truck for the express fact, people, for the express fact that you got a Mack engine answering to a Mack transmission, answering to a Mack drivetrain. Now, does that mean that Mack is incapable of breaking down? Of course not. But your chances of breaking down in a Mack as opposed to any other chassis out there is greatly reduced, provided that you take care of that truck. Now, if you're stupid enough to not take care of it, then yeah, you're going to have more issues than you can shake a stick at. But that's also to be said about Autocar too. So while I'm thinking about it, let me give a shout out back to Thunderstorm, aka Juan, who was gracious enough to give me a shout out on his channel, which definitely, as I mentioned to him in a comment, I didn't expect. That being said, however, I'm very appreciative. And like he said, if you are interested, you find some sort of educational or entertainment value out of what I'm doing, yeah, subscribe, please. The more subscribers, the more it inspires me to want to do more of these videos. But under no circumstances do I want anything I say or any comments that are refuse related to be misconstrued as me speaking on behalf of my department. I'm not. If the department has something they want the public to know about and say, they'll inform the public themselves. Because what I give you is my own personal views and opinions on what I deal with on a daily basis. Zach